Today we are going to talk about natural disasters. Okay, so please, uh, Miriam, could you tell me what do you think about natural disasters? What is it for you?
Um, and the natural disaster for me is very, very dangerous because die very people. And I think it's very difficult preparing for them because I think it's, it's uh, not really the govern uh, for explain the natural disaster. For example, in this moment, right now, is a volcano in Guatemala. Very people die because uh, because because no preparing for them.
That's it. Thank you very much. Miriam, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Hmm. So you really lively saw some of the natural disasters. So were you in September?
Yes, yes,
Earth,
I live in where um, the terremoto is
the earthquake,
earthquake
earthquake.
in my work in the center town in the city is terrible. Um, in the building move horrible and I uh, me asusté
I was afraid.
and was afraid very much because I never feel this sensation in my life. The building, um, uh, the, the floor is broken and the uh, floor, pared.
The wall.
And the wall is broken down and in this moment I'm very afraid.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to know that. Okay,
Uh,
okay, thank you very much, Miriam. Viole, please tell us, where are you from?
I am from Villa Guerrero.
Okay, and tell me, what do you think about natural disasters?
Natural disasters are a force that we can control, but I think that the world send us like some alerts, but we don't attend them and we let them pass. But when the world said it was enough, and they the world sent us like a hurricane or like an earthquake or or maybe like now the eruption of a volcano.
That's it, you're right. That is so sensible and so wise. Thank you very much. All right, now let's go to the next slide. Today we are going to talk not only about natural disasters, but also what kind of natural disasters there are. Here we can see that there are floods, tornadoes, thunderstorms, disease, fire, tsunamis, solar flares, earthquakes, droughts, blizzards, landslides, and volcanoes, of course. So sometimes this means death. for so many people. So have you have you experienced or have you seen any of these terrible natural disasters, Miriam? Hello, Miriam. Well, Miriam has already told us about the earthquake in Mexico City, and
Okay.
yeah, she told us about how she felt, what she saw, and how she felt.
Okay.
Okay, so Miriam, any other experience that you have had about natural disasters?
Um, I question.
Yeah,
What's the meaning drug blizzard?
a drought.
Drug blizzard?
Now, drought is whenever there is no water in the earth, so it is really dry. For
Oh,
example, as in the picture number 3, where you can see the land that is
okay. Okay.
breaking,
Okay.
that's a drought, and blizzard it's opposite.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Blizzard
Uh,
is like like a storm whenever there's too much rain, too much wind.
okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Landslide is picture 4.
Yes, that's it. That's a landslide.
Okay. And hazard violent.
Ah, for example, a violent hazard is whenever it is something violently damaging. For example, um, a landslide can cause a tremendous hazard.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a synonym of damage.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. I live only where the natural disaster is earthquakes. Um, the other no, maybe thunderstorm
Mm.
in Manzanillo, but very uh, uh, um, very fácil, very tranquilo.
Okay, so it was not a hurricane.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
not hurricane.
Yeah, it was a thunderstorm.
Yes,
Oh,
and the thunder is very uh, strong. Is I don't know, the thunder is very strong in my life as a who
yeah.
very big.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Yuli, what can you talk to us about natural disasters? Something that you have faced.
Well, I have lived two of them. Uh, in the 85, I was 10 years old. In the morning, I was buying tortillas, and I saw that the earthquake start, and all the women start to pray.
Jesus
And I
Christ.
start to pray too because I was very afraid. And in the afternoon, I was in my house with my parents, and it was a different experience because I feel like protected because of my parents. And now in September, I was with a friend, and I was just arriving at home. So I entered at home to look for my mother, and she was taking a shower. And I was worried because of my daughter too, because she was in the school.
Hmm. Jesus Christ. That is really worrying because we don't know what to do. We don't know what's gonna happen, how we are going to help. Jesus, that's a disorder.
Yes, I didn't know what to do because I thought if I go to the school, my daughter can come on way, and I am not going to find her in the school. And if I wait for her here, it was very disappointing. I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. I just stay in the corner of the house waiting for her, and I was seeing to pass a lot of people very nervous, crying, shaking. It was horrible.
I think that it is also one of the most difficult parts because as we see that people is running, that people is desperate, that people don't know what to do, sometimes we feel like them and we
Yes,
begin also to feel that desperation. But you know what? I strongly consider that here we cannot stop natural disasters, but we can arm ourselves with knowledge. So many lives wouldn't have to be lost if there was enough disaster preparedness. This was not obviously a phrase of mine. This was by Petra Nemkoya. But I guess she's right. That disaster preparedness is necessary for all of the communities, all of the societies. So here we can have that natural disasters can happen in any time. We don't know when, we don't know how, but they happen. And whenever we are not prepared is when we suffer. So,
yes, like in Guatemala.
oh yes, Jesus Christ. Miriam was also talking to us about that. And she said that it is supposed that there's gonna be a second volcano eruption. Let's hope not.
Yes,
But anyway, poor people. Okay, Miriam, what do you
Yes.
think about this phrase?
Uh, and uh, in this moment, I think it's very difficult preparing, but in September, um, I was uh, I was uh, past the simulacros in 19 September of the 85, and it's very difficult because the old people thinking never happened, but happened.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, it's very sad. In this moment in Mexico City, no uh, Mexico City no learn of the disaster the 89, 86 because the buildings new uh, uh, se cayeron,
They crumbled.
the crumbles. In, is the corruption on the state is very sad for me.
Yes, that's it. And even we know that it didn't happen only to adult people, but there were many children who died there. And it should not
Yes,
have been. So it was a real tragedy.
yes, and the strategy is uh, and in the pictures said we can stop natural disaster, but we can harm ourselves. But in Mexico City is trouble, the corruption, because happen the disaster and the tragedy, the school for the childs are very, very died. Is no, no, it's not good.
That's it, yes. All right, I totally agree. Well, let's go to the next slide. Here we are. Here we have a plan for natural disasters preparedness. They said that the mitigation of pain needs many different elements. First of all, we need public information and warning. Here we are. Um, let me spot it light. Okay, we need first of all public information. All right. With public information and warning, we are going to be able to know what's gonna happen. Okay, here we are, public information and warning. Later on, we have in here long-term vulnerability reduction. Whenever we know what's gonna happen, we have information, we can have a plan. So we are not vulnerable about it because we can plan what to do, where to do it, how we are going to do it, what do we need for doing that. So we are going to reduce our vulnerability. After that, whenever I am going to close a microphone, maybe, I don't know, it may be this. Okay, I have already closed some microphones so that we don't have interference, all right? Okay, so don't worry, I am going to open them again whenever you need to participate, okay? So yes, as I told you before, we need long-term vulnerability reduction by the information we are going to have. Whenever we have information and we know what to do, we can have operational coordination. Here we have the operational coordination. We are going to take agreements with anyone about what we need to do. That's part of planning. We are going to start planning what to do, when to do it, how much it could cost, when we should do it, and finally, we are going to have threats and hazard identification. Whenever we know what is bad, what bad things could happen, then we can also evaluate the risk and disaster resilience. We can assess it. If we assess it, then we are prepared for everything that's going to happen, so we can have community resilience. This community resilience is the ability that we have for standing about pain, problems, and how we are going to wait for the solution to come. And automatically, it is going to bring us the mitigation of pain. All right, here we are. So please, Miriam, talk to us about this. Do you consider that we have a plan for mitigating the pain, for a preparedness for natural disasters?
I was the uh, the the hard the hard weight. Um, the all people maybe preparing the disaster. In my case, I I'm very afraid this day. Um, I'm sleep in clothes. Uh, I have a lamp, water, um, and preparing for the other her earthquake, because I don't know the replica in was moment, but it's very difficult for all the people, because um, the natural disaster is unpredictable.
That's it.
Yes.
Well,
And
yes, yes.
yes,
Okay.
no, yes,
Well, that it's a plan. You are in
yes,
this part in the planning,
yes.
but for getting to that plan, we need all. We need first of all to have all of these steps. So, Viole, what do you think about preparedness for natural disaster?
Mm, I think that we have the think, or we used to think, we are not going to pass because to that. For example, in the 85 earthquake here in Villa Guerrero was not so strong, and anybody thought that we could happen to that again. So in the schools, we see advertisements about earthquakes, about fire, but we only see them and we don't think that we can happen to something like that. And we listen in the news that it was an earthquake in a place or in another place, but we always think we aren't going to pass to that. But now, the last year happened, and anybody hope that something like that happens.
So you had public information and warning, but you didn't have the long-term vulnerability reduction because you didn't think that it could happen in your community. And well, I consider that it was very sad that you discovered that you are also vulnerable.
Yes,
Jesus Christ. Well, it was maybe a lack of experience.
yes, because I don't know why, but we always see the problems in the others, but we think that can happen to me.
That's it.
And like we never have suffered an earthquake like that, we think no, we are okay, and we don't have to prepare a special bag, for example.
That's
And
it.
after the earthquake, there was a lot of announcements. You have to be, you have to prepare a special bag with a memory, an electronic memory,
A
with all
USB.
your documents,
That's it. A
your
USB device.
information,
Yes.
water, food. We need to have that kind of a special bag, but we don't do it. We
Mm,
think no, it happened, and it is not going to happen again, and we are scared for some days or months, and after we forget, and
that
we forget to prepare the bag.
that's it. And even I don't know what do you think, Miriam, but I consider also that it's not only the back, but also we don't know anything about first aids, for example. We don't know anything about civil protection, like where is this the safest place to stand when an earthquake could happen or a fire, how we can walk when there's a fire, for example. So, Miriam, what do you think about it?
The fire?
Yeah, for example, a fire or any other disaster.
Oh, okay. I tell us, in my case, in the earthquake, I stay in the bedroom with other uh, persons, and I take care the one girl is this girl is not walk mm, fine. Is very troubling in the walk, and uh, I when I was a bathroom, um, and when I was go to the bathroom, I'm tell this girl uh, for company, and in this case, uh, we ran out. I and I could get my keys or my bag, and in the street, and I had nothing because uh, all stay in the fourth floor, and in the street all the people don't have anything, uh, don't have money, don't have keys, don't have nothing, and only part is the walking on my house, and 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 is very good prepares the bag, the bag special bag there, but in the same time is this vulnerability uh, is very sad because I don't have time in I was September.
Well, I don't know, but I have an idea that now that you said about the USB device for taking all your documents and all your important, um, maybe books, maybe some other things that you should keep. I think that we have another way to do it, and it is the drive or it is the cloud. No, I think that we should be prepared for that, putting all of our PDFs into the cloud or into the drive so that we can find or maybe sending those, I'm sorry, I mean sending all the documents by email to anyone else so that we can have easily access to all of them, because
Yes, I after all scan my document and upload them to Drive.
that's it. Yes,
Yes,
because we don't know, as Viola said, she mentioned a USB device. But what happens if you lose the USB device?
yes, yes. I in one moment it's very terrible because it's very vulnerability uh, on all the people,
Yes, that's it.
and maybe just is good and the public information and warning and the reduction vulnerability.
Yes, that's it. And I think also that, well, that situation of losing some of our documents is vulnerability, but we can reduce it, as we said, if we keep into consideration some of those ideas. For example, to send them to scan them and send them by email or to the drive. All right, not only with the documents, but it happens sometimes that we have photographs that we really love and we wouldn't like to lose. Mm, or I don't know, some situations that we need to take into consideration. For example, some dates, some appointments, the reminder of some of the activities that we need to take into consideration, even though there's a natural disaster.
Yes, and take a keys uh, on the leave the keys in the place. Maybe other keys, because I don't keys for my house. It's very trouble.
Oh, yeah, that's it, you're right. Okay, you know what? We are going to go to the part where we are going to write, and here we are. Here we have natural disasters preparedness. We are going to chat about what are our ideas about what to do, for example, as you said, about the documents, what else we need to take into our backpack. For example, I could say in my um, in my emergency backpack, I would take I don't know. That's it. I need special bag. Well, you know what? A small correction. I think that it is I need a special backpack. Okay, containing water, a mobile device, etc. Containing water and etc. etc. All right. Please write to me about everything you consider that we need to have. How do you consider that preparedness should be? Okay, so Miriam says, and light on a lamp.
One lamp.
One a lamp. Okay, here another correction. We can say one lamp or a lamp, but remember that one is a number. A is also a number, so it is repeated. Could
Oh,
be, yeah, right.
okay, okay.
Okay, Violet, please could you also write what do you consider that we need?
Violet.
Okay, Violet. All right. Okay, Violet. In the special bag, I will put a cell phone, the lamp, antiseptic water, chocolates, and a first aid kit. Excellent. That's wonderful. Explain us why chocolates?
I will put chocolates because they give us calories and calories give us energy. So if we don't have food, we can eat chocolates and we are going to be okay.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's very sensible and very intelligent. And it is also delicious.
Yes. Well, they recommend us a special nutritional bars.
Hmm.
But if we don't have bars, we can put chocolates.
That's it, very sensible. I would put I would put in my emergency backpack mm, a, a pair of socks. You know why
Yes.
a pair of socks? Because whenever we have our feet covered and our feet warm, we can feel more comfortable. So sometimes we are vulnerable not only in the physical way, but it also in the psychological way. So if we have some comfort, we can feel better. Okay, you're right. And if we have kids, we will need a teddy bear. Hey, that's very important. Yes. Whenever kids are having are spending a difficult situation, they need something comfortable and nice for feeling better. Okay, so Violet said, I listened that after the earthquake, a special group was asking for toys and teddy bears because all the children need to feel them. Yes, that was very sensible. And you know what? I think that damages that we can suffer are not only physical, as I told you before, but also psychological and emotional. So it is very important that we are prepared for everything. I don't know, but I consider that the most important part and the most difficult part to heal is the emotional part. Whenever we are scared, whenever we are hurt or our heart is in pain, it is much more difficult to be okay. Miriam said, I think the emergency phone numbers are very important. In this case, it is plural, are very important because in this moment I know only a few numbers. That's it, you're right. Violet, it's difficult to lose something in a moment, especially when you put all your effort in building in building your house or buying a car. Yes, it is. You're right. It is very difficult to lose anything, but I consider that what we need to work about that is resilience. And resilience say that meanwhile meanwhile we have life, we have the opportunities. The only one thing that we need not to lose is life or health. Okay, hey, that's so sensible. You know what? I think also that sometimes we are waiting for the government to do many things, but there are many things that are not to do by the government. It's our necessity. It's our job to do it. Mhm. Yes, the most important is that we are alive and the material things can be recovered. Excellent. Really good, Violet. That's it. Mm, you know what? No, I don't think that the government does everything okay. Of course not. They have tremendous and horrible fails. But if they are not able to do anything as they should, then we have to do something by ourselves. For example, to talk to children, what to do. I remember that in the last earthquake, in the September earthquake, I was not at home. It was just my son-in-law, my granddaughter. My daughter was not at home even, and so the baby and her father were okay, were here. But suddenly, my my son-in-law didn't know what to do. But my granddaughter instinctively went next to a wall and she said, "Daddy, Daddy, the safest place is here." Because she has already seen and she has already listened about that at school. So school also plays a very important role in natural disasters preparedness. Okay, Miriam said, I think Mexico City is a city resilient. Well, I could say a resilient city because at the time it gets up. Yes, that's it. You're right. I totally agree with you. And you know what? Talking about Mexico City, um, I could also say that in home Mexico, we are not only resilient, but also we are generous and we are solidar. But the sad part of this is that we need to suffer, we need to be in a difficult situation for all of these values and all of these um, good things that we can have are shown. And that is sad, so sad. Okay, Violet says, yes, that is very sad because only when we pass for a tragedy Like that, we remember our values. You know what? That's true. You're right. And it is a shaming. We should think about our values and everyone's need and everyone's safeness all of the time. Okay, finally, please tell me something. Now that we have talked about it, did you have any new ideas?
New ideas, preparedness,
Yeah, for preparedness.
preparedness, preparedness.
Yeah. Okay, so Violet said, yes, I know that I need to prepare my special bag and have it on hand. Excellent. Hey, I agree. Okay, so Violet wrote, yes, I know, and the idea of sharing my
Sharing,
document,
okay.
yeah, by email is better than an USB memory. Oh, well, yes, I think that we can lose the USB device, but if it is in the cloud or if it is by email, you can have it. All right, pretty good. Well, uh, I don't know if you want to say anything else. Okay, Miriam wrote, I think scanned my documents, the document of my family. Yes, a correction. I think I should scan my whole family documents. That's it. Yeah, you're right. All right. Anything that you would like to say or anything that you would like to ask?
Um, I,
Well, I think that we have to forget the idea of that isn't going to happen to me. And we start to think I have to be prevent because it's the better.
That's it. You're right. Well, thank you very much for your attention and for your attendance. And I hope to see you next class, next week,
Okay.
Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
teacher, is
Yes.
Tuesday 8 p.m. And the class, the Thursday is the other class?
No,
Oh,
well, in fact, Thursday was dated to be your welcome session, but you are going to have only one class at the week. This,
oh,
this week, I am going to send you all of the web class for all the units that we have seen till the moment,
okay,
so that you can have the material. And so,
okay,
yes, we are not going to have another class, but a recording.
okay. Entonces, teacher, entonces es una sola clase a la semana.
Ajá. La
Okay,
otra clase